And a somewhat wet and somewhat slippery track greets the Super Rods for their first appearance on television. These are, as Dickie has told you, an extension of the hot rods. The hot rod formula, very, very popular amongst the drivers and amongst the supporters. And there was the group of drivers who wanted something bigger, and here they are. It's very easy to see that the consensus of opinion is the Ford Capri as being possibly the most suitable car. Quite a few Capris out here in this lineup. One or two have gone for the older Ford Zodiac. A couple of Jaguars as well thrown in for good measure. But these big engines, plus the skill of most of these drivers are former hot rod drivers, has been producing some really spectacular racing in this brand new formula. And let's see exactly what they can do now as the control car comes off that top turn, over the line, and we go for 20 laps. Feeling their way a little bit cautiously. They've got a lot of power there, and this track really is very, very slippery. Into the turn comes the Rover, followed by the Vauxhall. Number 30, Ken Biffin, is the leader in the Rover. '84, Dave Allen right on his heels, but number 4 coming up very, very fast indeed. Brian Condy coming right around the outside and going very well, even getting into that slippery stuff on the outside. That Vauxhall holding the road superbly. 84 in second place now. Ken Biffin down to third. 74, Chris Colliver in fourth place. And then the Jag moving up behind him. 58 was making tea there. Two of them sitting in the middle of that turn. But off the turn they come, and that's a pity because number 4 got himself stuck in that turn, leaving 84 to go back into the lead again. Round the bottom bend and down the back straight. 84, Dave Allen. Ken Biffin, and having to slow right down with those two parked cars, weave their way through. Number 4 gets back going again. Pity because he was going really very well indeed. 74 has got a tyre problem there, so he's well and truly out of it, having just thought he was getting restarted. But still, Dave Allen in the lead. Number 30, the Rover behind him, in second place. 54, Bill Elliott in the Jag, moved up into the next place. 24 on the inside, the Capri of Maurice Jenkins, going well as well. And then number 3, the brother of the guy who had the lead earlier on. This time it's Paul Condy. And that's the former leader, number 4, who got himself into trouble in exactly the same spot, and he's done the same thing this time, out wide and up behind those damaged cars. Maurice Jenkins just nipping through. 6 laps gone. Still number 84, Dave Allen, from number 30, Ken Biffin, from number 3, Paul Condy. He's got himself quite a comfortable lead, and 43 in a lot of trouble there, a lot of steam coming up. Mako Macklin, and that's the end of his race. The steam really pouring out. I think he must have got a knock on that front end. The rad's obviously gone, and that's the end for him. Dave Allen in the lead, in the Vauxhall, the Capri of number 3, Paul Condy there. Second place, there's what, now something in the region of 30 yards between the first and second. And Paul Condy really has been one of the shining lights in this new formula. Been going very well indeed. And I think that 84 is not going to have it all his own way very much longer. And number 24, he's got himself problems as well. Maurice Jenkins, he was going well earlier on, and he's obviously had a shunt in the front end, tyre problems as well. And that's the gap between the first and the second. Paul Conde really getting a lot closer now. A lot of power under those bonnets that really they're not completely able to use. The wet conditions of the infield, the wet shale coming off the infield, the speedway track, and onto the tarmac, and making the going very slippery. And it's the man really who can keep the car facing the right way and use what power he's got to the best advantage that's going to come out best on a day like this. Paul Conde just sitting and waiting. He's looking for a chance. He can't afford to be too brash when the conditions are like this. There's the chance. Right around on the outside. Beautiful stuff. And that's really what I would have expected from him. Up into the lead now. 84, Dave Allen down to second. Those two some way a little clear of 20, Chris Marlowe. Behind him, number 4, Brian Conde getting back into it. Then number 30, Ken Biffin, who was up in the lead earlier on. And behind him, 25, Alan Douglas. Round and past the back mark as they go. Those two got half a lap on the third place man. Paul Conde really opening out that gap. Now he hasn't got to go quite so gently as he had previously with 84. And 84, in fact, is going to be in trouble this time, just holding on to that second place behind this man. He stays there. There they are. That's the first man just going around the bottom of the picture. In fact, Paul Conde there just lapping the number 30 car, who's currently in 6th place. That's how far ahead he's got. Trying to find the driest line. Superbly prepared car, lovely paint job, all the glass still in there, all the trim inside, roll bars of course fitted to give it some strength. But really an immaculate job, and the driving to match. Straightening it up, twisting around as he comes around through there. Past that slower number 25 back marker car of Alan Douglas, the old Mark II Jag. Fifteen laps have gone, 5 more to go. '84 still holding second place, a little way back, but this is the man who's still there, still in the lead. Past the back markers. And there's the man who's got the job of trying to stay with him, because I don't think there's much chance of him catching him now. 84, the Vauxhall. Dave Allen. Chris Marlowe in another Capri, getting left behind there. Chris Marlowe well and truly out of it. 2 more to go now. Trying a little bit more power, a little bit more speed as he came through there, hanging the back end out. I suppose he thinks he can afford to take a few chances. He's got half a lap clear of the rest of the field. It's a pity really we haven't got the dry conditions underfoot or under wheel that we would have liked, because these cars really can go, provided they can get the grip, and provided they can use the power that they've got under those bonnets. Into the final lap now for Paul Conde, the driver who's tried quite a few of the other formulas and went from hot rods to super rods when this new formula came out in the earlier part of this year. And that's the checkered flag for him. Number 3, Paul Conde, and 84, the second place man, got himself into a little bit of trouble there, just twitched himself out of it as we came to him, and he's looking a little bit sick. I don't know whether he's got a wheel missing, front near side wheel completely missing. As he goes through to get second place, the sparks really fly. Lucky to keep himself going there, in fact, to get that place. And the third place man was car number 4, Brian Conde.